Objection!
Okay. I just want to make doubly sure that L10015R is really what you saw written in blood. That's kind of what I want to say. That was what I said earlier, wasn't it? Like, yeah, I'm pretty sure I said that. I'm pretty sure that wasn't what I was thinking in my head. Yes, it very clearly said L10015R. Yes. Hehe. But that's odd, because that's not what I see.
Objection!
What on earth are you babbling on about now? Wasn't it you who claimed that the bloody writing was his ID number in the first place? Take a good look at the photo in the bloody writing analysis. Now tell me, does it really say L10015R? Oh! Something is missing, isn't it? And that something is that final R. Oh. Not O, Luke! R! Shut up! What is the meaning of this, Mr. Tonate? Oh! No, R! Oh! No! R! Right! That don't even make any sense! Now I remember! There was no R on the end! Really? Really? It was just a slip on the finger. My bad. Come back! My beautiful contradiction! Come back! Mr. Wright, I'm not so sure it was just a simple slip of the finger. You have something for me, Athena? I sensed that he was extremely agitated, almost panicked. Well, he does look pretty flustered. That looks like something that I would see in a nightmare. Well, Mr. Wright, it appears it was nothing more than a mere mistake. Yes, because clearly it was a mistake. Him holding the wires of his bomb, in his teeth, is nothing out of the ordinary. He does that all the time. I don't know. Did he really just make a typo? What about that R? Did Mr. Tonate really see it? Wait a second. Wait, what? He actually saw it. Maybe Mr. Tonate really did see the R. But there's no R anywhere in the bloody writing. What's going on here? Huh? Now that I take a good look at the photo, I think maybe... That's it! Ah! What is it now, Mr. Wright? That face you're giving is, like, very creepy. Are you trying to imitate Apollo and his cords of steel? I haven't heard that phrase in, like, forever. I haven't heard that phrase since high school. I've got it! So that's what happened. A slip of the finger. Is that really all it was? Because I don't think so. I propose that Mr. Tonate really did see the letter R. But the photo clearly shows that there is no R. No, Your Honor. Actually, Jesse, oh man. No, man. I don't know why I yawned. Actually, just the opposite is true. The photo shows that Mr. Tonate actually could have seen that R. If you're going to make that claim, then you better be able to point out what you mean. What part of the photo that Mr. Tonate could have seen the R shows that, yeah. Please, look here, to the right of the 5. Do you see a little bit of red? Oh, I see it! Just on the edge where the floor is broken up. That's the R that Mr. Tonate saw. It's true that the witness wears some very, very odd goggles, but that doesn't mean his eyesight is bad, nor his brain power. What part of that little smudge looks like an R to you? But what Mr. Tonate saw wasn't that little smudge. There was a whole complete R written there, before the floor was damaged by the explosion. Oh, well that explains it. Huh? Care to explain what you mean? Because you just proposed that everything happened in the exact opposite order! Yup. Because that's the way it really went down. The timing of when the R was written turns everything about this case around. Now then, if the floor was damaged by the explosion, when was the message written? Sounds like before the explosion if you think about it, because after, he wouldn't be able to break the floor or anything like that unless he exploded something else. With the bloody message running off the edge of the damaged floor like that, we can only conclude that it was written before the explosion. But that's ridiculous! If that were true, it overturns your own premise! That's right. It does. In fact, it turns everything upside down. The victim was not killed by the explosion in the courtroom. She was killed before the explosion ever even occurred! Order! Order in this court! What kind of preposterous claim is that? Have you forgotten that the victim's body was found at the scene of the explosion? Objection! True. But consider this scenario. She was hit on the head and killed before the explosion, or even before the trial began. Her body was subsequently placed in the courtroom ruins after the bombing occurred. That way, it could be made to look like she was a victim of the blast! What?! It sounds like we had better look into what the victim was doing before the trial. Mr. Payne, did anyone see Detective Arm before the trial? Let's see. According to my hair... here it is! One person! One person saw the victim before the trial! Who saw? Who was that one person? And that person was... Tonate. Wait. What?! No one besides Mr. Tonate saw the victim?
That appears to be the case, Your Honor.
Oh man, you don't have no alibi, do you? I would now ask the court to recall something. Specifically, Mr. Tonate's words from yesterday.
It was when Detective Arm and I were transporting the bomb.
Oh my! No! 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 Mr. Tonate! Just before the trial, you were with the victim! The two of you were together at the scene of the crime, courtroom number 4. Your Honor, the defense requests new testimony from Mr. Tonate right now! We wish to hear what he has to say about his whereabouts, but just before the trial. Mr. Tonate, your testimony, please!
My testimony? There is no need for...
He's completely unnerved, Mr. Wright. You must have hit the nail on the head.
Because all I did was transport the bomb to the 3 courtroom. I already told you how to bless this thing. I was only in the courtroom with the victim because of our work. I swear I only transporting the bomb there.
Objection!
You and the victim were alone, together at the scene of the crime. In other words, you certainly had the opportunity to commit the murder, did you not?
Objection!
Do you always leave yourself open to attacks, Mr. Wright?
What now, Mr. Payne?
Yes, Mr. Tonate may have had the opportunity to kill Detective Arm. But an important piece of your assertion is missing still.
What important piece?
The murder weapon! What do you claim was used to kill the victim?
Mr. Payne has a point! Even if Mr. Tonate had the chance, without a weapon, we can't accuse him of the crime!
Well, Mr. Tonate?
Oh, yes, that's right.
I didn't have any sort of thing that could be used as a murder weapon on me. I couldn't possibly have killed Detective Arm.
Did he really have nothing he could use as a murder weapon? And I really preferred him typing. He's getting kind of creepy. What is it, Athena? Just looking over the victim's autopsy report. I'm hoping there's something in here that can point us in the right direction. Well, it does say that she died from trauma to the back of the head with a flat object. Yeah, and to inflict that kind of injury, all you need is to have a flat surface, right? A heavy, blunt object with a flat surface could definitely be our murder weapon. Well, Mr. Wright, can you indicate for the court what was used to kill Detective Arm? I believe I can. Believe being the key word here.
You can? Are you serious?
Then please, do so now! What did Mr. Tonate have that could have been used as the murder weapon? Well crap, my badge is flat on the backside. No. 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 Impossible. Too small. Too soft. Take that! Mr. Tonate, you say you didn't have anything that could be used as a weapon. But in fact, you had the perfect thing.
What? What the devil are you talking about?
You had this.
That's the bomb! I thought you were trying to prove that the victim wasn't killed by the bomb blast!
The bomb blast? No. But I believe Candace's arm was killed by this bomb. Because this is the blunt object that delivered the fatal blow to her head! Please recall the description of Detective Arm's head wound. Trauma to the back of the head, caused by impact with a flat object. We assume this injury was sustained when her head hit the floor. But the blow from any flat side of this bomb would produce the same wound pattern. Ugh. Ugh. What's with him?
Then show me some proof! Where's the evidence that I hit the victim with a bomb? Ah!
He's right! I don't have anything decisive.
Did you find any of the victim's blood on the bomb? That would be pretty decisive proof, wouldn't it? But too bad. The bomb is blown to bits. It's long gone. Boom! Game over. Yeah!
Holy crap, he just blew up the bomb because that's the evidence that we needed. That's why I detonated it. He didn't kill the person in the explosion. He detonated it so he could get rid of the evidence that pinned the... Oh, man. Ugh. Mr. Wright, is there really nothing on the bomb in the photo? Man. I don't see any blood or anything. Wait, the timer display is a little broken here. Maybe it broke when it made contact with Detective Ames' head. That's definitely a distinct possibility. But unless we find a fragment with the victim's blood on it, it's not going to count. I guess you're right. I need a drink. By setting off the bomb, Tonate managed to obliterate all traces of the murder weapon. What in the world do I do now? At times like this, I've got to change gears and look at things in a different way. Instead of looking at the things he wasn't able to hide, I should be looking for a way to expose the things he did hide. Ted Tonate murdered Detective Arm before the trial started. Then he placed her body in the courtroom after the bomb went off. Which means there was something he needed to keep hidden until then. And I think I have just the thing. What is that thing? Well, I think that will have to wait until next time. I don't know how long this video was because I did have to edit out a certain part, but otherwise I think I'm good on time. It should be about 30 minutes. So, yeah, with that, hope you all have a great day, and I'll catch you all next time with this corn music going.